Hi, namaste. It's Jackie, and we're going to do some yoga again together. So today, I'd like you to have a yoga mat or someplace you can stretch out, sit down on the floor. If we're going to start the practice today in a seated position. So when we're sitting on the floor, to make this comfortable for your back, like I have 2 blankets, so if you have something like a yoga block or something you can prop your hips up on, it's really helpful when you're sitting on the floor to prop your hips up. So what we don't want is that if I sit down, you don't want your knees up in the air like this because it strains the back. You end up rounding, and that's not so good for your back. So grab a little something that you can sit up on, and you can sit any way you like, but if you can cross your legs, you can just sit with your legs crossed. And just start to move your head around and notice what you feel in your neck. So I'm going to focus a little bit on neck and shoulders today, and places where we tend to accumulate tension, the jaws, neck, shoulders. So just noticing any sounds that you hear, any sensations as you move your head around. Again, try to sit comfortably, and then you can just let your arms come down, do some shoulder rolls, just roll your shoulders backwards. And then just begin to settle in. So you feel the support of whatever you're sitting on, you feel the support of the floor, and it feels comfortable. And when you get to your next inhale, lift your chest so the spine is long. And when you exhale, let your shoulders drop down. And then take an inhale, this time shrug your shoulders, and then sigh, just letting go. And we'll do that again. So inhale, shrug the shoulders, and a nice sigh. And then just see if you can sit still for a moment. So noticing the support of the floor, the length of your spine. If it's comfortable for you, you can soften or close your eyes for a few breaths. So just take a few moments to let yourself arrive, to settle in, to turn away from all the concerns and to-dos of your day, and to notice how you're feeling. So in yoga, we use this skill of interoception. We look within. We try to notice how we're doing, how we're feeling. So interoception helps us notice our physical body, how we're feeling, any aches or pains or any sensations in the body, but it also helps us to see how are we feeling. So we'll keep returning to these little pauses, these little interoceptive pauses as we move through our practice today. So beginning with some arm movement, just inhale your arms out. As they cross your shoulders, turn your palms up and reach up like you could touch the ceiling. Feel the spine get long. As you exhale, let your hands slow down. Breathe through your nose. Just a couple of times like that. So slow in-breath, lengthen up, maybe look up. And then exhale, come down. Let's do that again. Inhale up. Like the breath lifts you up. And the exhale, you bring your hands down. And then we're going to lean over to one side. So whichever side you're leaning toward, let your hand touch the floor. If the floor is far away, you could put something there on the floor so you can lean over comfortably without letting this other hip come up. And then take the opposite hand. We're going to move this shoulder a little bit. So please inhale, reach that hand up toward the sky. And as you exhale, drape that arm over your head and turn your head and look down at the floor. Look down at the hand on the floor. And then as you inhale, lift that arm up and look up at the ceiling. So we're doing this slowly. We're breathing slowly. Exhale over, look down, see what you feel in your shoulder, in your neck. Inhale up, look up. And again, exhale your arm over your head. Now keep your arm over your head, and on your inhale, look up under your armpit and move that elbow around. Just make some big circles with that elbow. Go both ways. Notice if you're tucking your chin, try to lift your chin a little bit. Again, you might look up at the ceiling. And then bring that arm down and come back to the center. Pause for a moment and notice the two sides. And then we'll go over to the other side. So again, leaning on the floor or put something on the floor to support that side. Try not to let this hip pop up. And then inhale your hand up. On the exhale, drape it over your head and look down at the floor. And inhale, let that arm go up, look up. Take your arm over your head, look down at the floor. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, your arm over your head and look down. Now keep your arm over your head, the elbow bent, and then turn your head up. And then while you're looking up and your elbow is bent, move that shoulder around, see what you feel. So both directions. And then you can bring that arm down, come up to the center. Again, just noticing the two sides. And then you can go ahead and stretch your legs out. And you can move your feet around. And then we're going to sit on the mat. You can, of course, face this way, but I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. We're going to sit so that we're on the floor. And the knees are going to be bent and the heels touching the floor and the toes lifted up. And then I'm going to bring my spider fingers down onto the floor behind me. I'm trying for right now not to lean back. So I'm stacking up my shoulders and my hips. And on the in-breath, lift the chest. And on the exhale, pull your belly in. If you dig your heels down into the mat, that might help. So inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, heels dig down. So you get this muscular engagement here in the belly. And then we're going to try to pick the feet up off of the floor. You're welcome to keep a foot on the floor if it's helpful for you. Breathing in the same way, inhale, lift your chest. And as you exhale, pull your belly in and move your knees away from your chest just a tiny bit. And then inhale, long spine, draw the knees in. And then exhale, pulling the belly in as you open up a little bit. Inhale. Don't let this hurt your back. If it hurts your back, put a foot down. Don't open so much. Exhale, open. Inhale, center. Exhale. Inhale, lift your chest, lift your eyes. If this is a little easier for you, you can let the shins lift up. But when you inhale, try to bring everything back in. So exhale, belly, belly, belly. Inhale. Again, you could let go with your hands if you want. Exhale. Draw everything back in. Inhale. One more time. Exhale. Inhale. And then just put your feet down. Lean back on your hands. Move your feet out pretty wide, at least as wide as your mat, wider than your hips. And we're going to windshield wiper the knees side to side. So still moving with your breath. So exhale your knees to one side. Turn your head the opposite way. Inhale, center, and then exhale to the side. Still noticing your breath. Noticing your neck, your shoulders. And once more. Good. And then come up to the center, and we're going to turn over and come on to hands and knees. So if your knees need a little support, maybe you're on a carpet, that's fine. But if you need a little support, grab a blanket, grab a cushion or something, and put it under your knees so you're taking care of your body. We're going to come to the tabletop position. So we're going to let the hands be underneath the shoulders and the knees be right underneath the hips. So everything's stacked up like a table. So notice your shoulders. Take an in-breath, lift your chest. On the exhale, pull your belly in so you feel the low back round. Let your elbows touch down and send your hips back like child's pose. And when you inhale, just glide back up to all fours so we lift the chest. And then breathe through your nose. Exhale, pull your belly in, fold back. Get a little stretch in the back. Go back slowly. Again, inhale, lift. And exhale, folding back. So the next time you lift, please lift your right leg and stretch it back behind you. So you're just going to reach through that heel, lift the chest, and then put that knee down. Fold yourself back again as you pull the belly in. Elbows touch here. And then glide up on your inhale, lift your left leg. Good. Put your knee down, fold back. So this time we're going to add the opposite arm. So I'm going to take my right leg back and the left arm forward, looking down at the mat so my neck is straight. And then exhale, put your hand down, your knee down. Fold yourself back as you pull the belly in. Left leg, right arm as you inhale. Reach out like you're going to shake hands with somebody. The thumb is pointing up. And then exhale down and fold back. We'll do each side one more time. So inhale, right leg, left arm. Put everything down, fold back, exhale. Inhale, left leg, right arm. Come down smoothly, exhale. So this time come up and lift just your right leg. And for now, put the toes of that right foot down on the floor. So this is going to help to stretch out the back of that leg and to keep this hip from popping up. So try to keep that hip level. And while your foot stays on the floor, please lift your left arm forward, eyes down. Hold on the exhale, pull the belly in, and when you inhale, let that right foot just float up off of the floor. Get longer. On the exhale, touch your toes back down like a feather, pull the belly in. Inhale, lift the foot. And on this exhale, you can hold or touch the toes back down, pull the belly in. On the inhale, you can lift the foot or hold. 2 more. Exhale, hold or touch your toes down. Inhale, lengthen a little or lift the foot back up. 1 more time. Touch down or hold. Inhale, lengthen. And now everything down. Exhale down. Put your knee down too. You might want to shake out that right wrist a little bit. Fold back. Inhale up. So grounding down through your hands. Pause and let the left foot go back. Tuck the toes under, push back so you get that stretch in the back of the leg, and notice how that left hip is level with the other hip. And then take the right arm forward, thumb up. So hold in place on your exhale, pull the belly in. When you inhale, then let that left foot just float up a little bit. Take the whole exhale to touch the toes of that left foot back down to the floor. Where is the floor? Inhale, lift the foot. And on the exhale, you can touch the toes down or hold. And on the inhale, you can lift the foot or hold. Get a little more length. Exhale, touch down or hold. Inhale, lift or hold. 1 more exhale, pull the belly in. 1 more inhale, get a little longer if you can. And put everything down, fold back on your exhale. Again, you might want to move the left wrist. And then inhale up and put your elbows down on the floor. So this is puppy pose. It kind of arches the back here. So that may feel kind of good. You could let your hips sway like you're wagging your tail. And depending how your shoulders are feeling here, you could also take your arms out in front of you and put your forehead down on the floor. So this is a pretty big stretch in the shoulders, and you may be happier with your elbows on the floor, but if this is comfortable, you could hold this, breathing deeply. And then push yourself back up to your hands and knees. Spread the fingers wide, and then tuck your toes under. Push up to downward facing dog pose. And we can hold the dog pose for a little bit. Pedaling out the legs. See what you feel here. And then please make your way up to standing from wherever you are. And you can move any things you had to pad your mat out of the way. So once you get up to standing, take a moment to notice your shoulders, turning your head side to side, notice your neck. Stand nice and tall. See how it feels to be on your feet. If you like, you could even close your eyes for a moment. Again, these interoceptive pauses to notice how you feel. Okay, and we're going to step the feet out wide. So you could have them shoulder width apart, slightly wider, even 1 leg's distance apart. I want you to feel steady. So you can choose how wide you want to have your feet. And we're going to do some movement for the neck and the shoulders again. So take an in-breath and lift your arms halfway up, lengthening out through the arms. So we're going to let the left arm go over and touch the leg. And as you lean over, we're going to let the right arm just drape behind your back. And then on the inhale, we're going to lift back up and lengthen the arms back out. So again, over to the side. So still going to the same side. Pull the navel in as you lean over. And then inhale back up. Now this time we're going to lean over and hold. So pull your belly in, exhale over. And now the hand that's behind your back, inhale and take it up toward the ceiling or wherever you can take it. And then exhale, bring it down behind your back. Turn your head and look down at the floor. Remember we did something similar when we were seated. Inhale, take that hand up. What are you noticing now? Shoulder, neck. Bring your hand behind your back. Exhale, look down. Go slow. Let's do that one more. Inhale. It's okay if your arm is way out to the side. Exhale, pull your belly in. Now just hold. Inhale, get some more length. Exhale, belly in. One more inhale. Maybe you look up a little bit. And then exhale, bring your hand down. Inhale, back up to the center. Move things. Move your hips, move your shoulders. Again, notice what you feel on the two sides. All right, and then we'll do that movement to the other side. So the feet are still facing forward. You're welcome to adjust the distance between your feet if you want a little more or a little less distance. Please inhale your arms halfway up. Good. Now exhale to the other side, this time left hand behind the back. On the in-breath, come up, lift your arms. So just exhale over, see what you notice. Not turning the head for this part. Inhale back up. So the next one will hold, so engage your abdomen as you exhale over. Now inhale the hand from behind your back up. So the palm faces forward. Exhale, bring that hand behind your back, turn your eyes down. Inhale that hand up. Maybe the eyes go up too. Pull your belly in, look down. How slow can you go? Again, inhale. If this hurts your back, lift up a little bit. Hand down, look down, exhale. And then we're going to come up and hold. So inhale. Hold on the exhale. Get longer on the inhale. Another exhale. One more inhale. And then put your hand down. Come on up to the center. Bring everything down. Move things around. See what you notice if you turn your head side to side. And then, so the feet still wide and the feet facing forward. We're going to take a little forward fold and we're going to hold down there. So take an in-breath. And when you exhale, just bend your knees and let your upper body bow forward. And any amount that you can. So the knees are bent here. You can let your head hang down. And if you like, you can hold on to opposite elbows and sway a little bit. So this creates a very gentle traction in your shoulders, and you have this opportunity to let your head kind of relax a little bit, stretching your neck. And then switch the way you're crossing your elbows if you're doing that, and maybe you're shifting the weight into one foot and then to the other, letting the head move a little bit. And then to come up, when you inhale, let your arms come down, bend the knees a little bit and look up. Exhale, touch your legs with your hands and pull your belly in, and then come up with a flat back. And then step your feet back in. We're going to give the legs a little shake, give the hands a little shake. And then we're going to swing just a little bit. So if you step your feet out, maybe shoulder width, I'm going to let the arms swing and the head turn. A little bit of shaking things out. This is called empty shirt sleeves. So you might picture a child in an adult shirt, just letting the arms swing. And then pause again, these interoceptive pauses. So can you roll the palms open, close the eyes if you like, and notice. So notice any sensations in your body. Notice how you feel. And then please open your eyes again. We're going to step the feet out pretty wide again. Maybe I'll say one leg's distance apart, depending on where you feel steady. And this time we're going to take the right foot and we're going to turn it out 90 degrees. Please take the left foot and turn it in just slightly. And then the hips and shoulders are still facing the side. And for this movement, this is the Warrior Two pose. We're going to be bending this right knee. What you want is this knee is over your heel. So if it wants to kind of jut out over your toes, either step your foot out wider or don't bend your knee so much. So we keep that knee safe. So please inhale and let your arms go halfway up as you bend your knee. Long. As you exhale, straighten your leg, lower your arms back down. You might kind of sweep them in front. And then inhale. Exhale, straighten the leg, lower your arms. Inhale, again, coming into the pose. Exhale. This time we're going to lift up and hold. So inhale here. And when you exhale, just soften your jaws, soften your shoulders. And when you inhale, turn the palms up and reach out through the pinkies. When you exhale, pull the navel in, soften your elbows, soften your shoulders. Good. And then inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, belly in. We're still keeping this knee bent. Inhale. Exhale, that softening. Notice your shoulders, notice your neck. Inhale. And then the back leg hand, just let it come down and touch your leg. And depending on how it feels for your back, you might lift the right arm up a little bit. You might look that way. You could even lean back a little bit. If that hurts your back, don't lean back. And then bring your hand down. Straighten that leg. Turn the feet forward. Both feet. Notice the two sides. So before we do that pose to the other side, we're going to do something a little bit like downward dog, except the feet are going to be wide still. So bend your knees. You can just slide your hands down your legs. See if you can find the floor with your hands. And then keeping your heels down, walk your hands out. You might bend one knee and straighten the other. Just see what you feel. So we get some length in the sides. Try not to have your hands too close together. A little bit wider than the shoulders is good. Gives your neck a little chance to move a little bit and relax. And then inhale your hands back up underneath your hips and look up. Exhale, bend the knees, pull your belly in and touch your legs. And then inhale up with a flat back like we did before. And shoulder circles. Okay, and then we'll do the pose on the other side. So this time we'll turn the left foot out 90 degrees. I'm going to turn the right foot in just a little bit, and then we'll do a test bend in that right knee. So want the knee right over the heel, not going out over your toes. So if you want more distance, you're welcome to step the feet out a little bit wider. And things are open toward, this is one of the open hip poses, so the shoulders and the hips are open. So please inhale as you bend the knee, let your arms go halfway up. Long. Exhale, straighten the leg, pull the belly in, lower your arms. Inhale, get long. Exhale, back down. Inhale, bend the knee, lengthen the arms. Good. Exhale. The next one, we're going to hold the bend in the knee. So inhale. Now holding here on the exhale, just let your shoulders get soft. On your inhale, roll your palms open, reach through your pinky fingers, and when you exhale, pull the navel in, soften your shoulders, soften your elbows. This is sort of a contracting feeling. And then inhale, get long. Arms are long, spine's long, even your neck long. Exhale. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale, lengthen out, and then if you like, you can take the back hand to your back leg, and then maybe that front left hand goes up a bit. Could be just a little, could be quite a lot. You can lean back if it feels okay, but if this hurts your back, don't lean back. And then bring that hand down. Straighten your leg, turn the feet back in. So again, the toes are facing forward. One more time, we're going to do that wide leg downward dog. So bend your knees, lean forward, find the floor. Step your feet out wide, have your hands wide. You can pedal out your legs. Try to keep your heels down and the hips over your heels so that the legs strongly kind of pulling back toward the wall behind you,
as your hands reach forward. So you might feel that lengthening feeling in your spine. You might let the head hang down for a few breaths, stretching the back of your neck maybe. And then please walk your hands back up underneath your shoulders once more. Look up, inhale, exhale, bend both knees and touch your legs. And just coming up with a flat back, inhale back up. And then step your feet back in. Give everything a little shake. And we'll swing just a little bit. A little bit wider feet can be nice for swinging. So here's something you can do to stretch your neck. So as I'm swinging, I'm turning my head with my shoulders. Yeah. So that's first option. Second option is to turn your head and look over the opposite shoulder. So peek your head around the corner. And then just pause again, that moment of stillness, these interoceptive pauses where we check in. Good, and then we're going to lie down on our back. So for this part, you can just come to lie down. Once you get onto your back, you can draw the knees up into the chest, and we're going to do some ankle circles because it can feel nice for the feet after we do the standing poses. If you've been sitting around too much, just do joint rotations. You can shake your hands, shake your feet a little bit. And then if you can keep your knees up into your chest, take your two hands out to the sides so that the palms are facing down and the arms are just slightly below your shoulders. You don't want your arms up since we've been trying to let go in the shoulders. We don't want to scrunch them up. So inhale, push the palms of your hands down and lengthen your arms. And on your exhale, flex your feet, so that's bending the ankles, and hug your knees toward each other. You might feel the belly draw in again. Now inhale, lengthen the arms, and on your exhale, let both knees, keep them touching, go to one side a little bit. And inhale back to the center. And then exhale both knees to the other side a little bit. Inhale back to the center. Now we're going to keep going, and maybe each time you go a little further. Exhale over. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. So if it's easy for you, you can think about drawing your knees closer to your chest, closer to your elbow. And then inhale back up. Exhale over. It's okay if your movement is small. Inhale back up. Exhale over. If you can touch the floor, fine, but can you keep your knees touching on the way up? Inhale. And then exhale over. So going slower here will make this a little more challenging. And then inhale back up. And then put your feet down on the floor. Notice what you're feeling. Let your shoulders relax. So did you accumulate any tension in your jaws when you did that? And what we're going to do now is hold the twist. So I'm sliding a block up here with my foot, but any support that you have to put under your knees. So we're going to go to the right with both knees first. So I'm going to put this block here. We're going to draw the knees close to the chest. Stretch the arms back out so they're a little bit below the shoulders. And then just let the knees, try to keep them together as you go over toward the right. So you figure out how far you can go without hurting your left side or your left shoulder, and try to keep your left shoulder still on the floor. So you can adjust the height of whatever you're resting your legs on. You might use your right hand lightly to kind of guide the knees closer. So what you may notice is that your head turned, and if it did, just turn your head straight up. And then you might also notice that your knees are staggered a little bit. So take an in-breath into your left chest. And when you exhale, try to draw the lower knee closer to the top knee closer to the lower knee. Yeah? So inhale into the left chest. And again, top knee just drawing slightly closer to the lower knee. One more breath. No pain anywhere. Exhale, pull your belly in, hug your knees together. Do one more inhale. Let out a little sigh. And then see if you can maybe keep your knees together as you come up, or one at a time is also fine. And once you've come up, then put your feet down on the floor. Situate yourself so that you're even again. So you may want to adjust your hips and your shoulders. And notice the two sides. What do you feel? Okay, so we're going to go to the other side. So when we go to the left with the knees, we'll be stretching the right side. Most of us are right-sided, and we tend to be tighter on the right side because the muscles are bigger. We use them more. So stretch your arms out. Take an in-breath. As you exhale, guide your knees over to the left, and you decide what support is helpful for you so that we keep this right shoulder on the floor. And draw the knees closer to your chest, and then thinking about the breath here, inhale into the right chest, and on the exhale, draw the top knee closer to the lower knee. Inhale, chest. Exhale, the belly draws in as you hug the knees closer together. It's okay if they never get even, but we're just going in that direction. So big inhale. Exhale, top knee a little closer to the lower knee. Let the right arm still soft. One more inhale. If you've turned your head, try to even up your neck. Last breath with a sigh. So inhale. Sigh. Please come back to the center. Maybe one knee at a time, maybe both knees together. And once you've come down, put your feet down and pause. So you might even rest your hands on your body. Situate your hips and shoulders so they're even. And again, just be aware of any tension in your neck, your throat, your jaws. And just after that little twist, we're going to do a couple of the bridge pose movements. So if you could think about where your hip bones are, these little frontal hip bones. Please line your heels up with your hip bones so that your knees and your heels and your hips are all lined up. And then bring your hands, palms down by your sides. You can tuck the shoulder blades in a little bit. And on the in-breath, we're going to push through the heels and let the hips float up off of the floor a little bit. And on the exhale, lower back down. So try to keep your head straight for this part. You want to look straight up because when you lift your hips up, it puts a little pressure on the back of your neck, so you don't want to turn your head while you're doing that. Exhale down. Good. See how high you want to go. Let's do one more. Inhale. And exhale down. Pause for a moment. And what we're going to do next is we're going to lift up into the pose and hold one breath, and then we'll come down, and then we'll try to go up and hold 2 breaths, and then come down, and then the last time we'll do 3 breaths. So just take a breath while you're on the floor. As you exhale the breath out, pull your navel in. Then inhale, lift. Hold there on your exhale. Hold on your inhale. You might lift a little more. And then let the exhale bring you down. Go slow. This time we'll hold 2 breaths. So inhale, lift. Exhale, navel in. Inhale, a little more lift. One more breath, exhale. Inhale, maybe there's a little lifting. And then exhale down, pull the navel in. I think that was 2 breaths. This time we're going to try to hold 3 if I can count that high. Okay, inhale up. So exhale, hold, pull in your belly. Inhale, hold. Maybe you push your elbows down into the floor a little bit. Exhale, hold, navel in. Inhale, stay. One more, exhale. One more, inhale. And then exhale down. And this time, once you've come down, you can situate your hips, get them comfortable, pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug, and massage your back. So do some rocking movement that feels good. You might also circle your ankles, wiggle your toes. Some people like lifting the chest here. You can do that if it doesn't strain your neck. And then you can put your head down. Put your feet down. Let your feet move out a little bit wider than your body. It might feel nice to let the knees touch, and you can just rest your hands on your belly. And close your eyes. Return to that interoceptive pause. So you notice the sensations in your body. You notice your breath. And you're aware of how you feel. How do you feel? So as we begin to settle down, we've come down onto the floor now, we're going to move now into the relaxation part of the practice. So you could have your knees bent. For many people, lying down with the legs flat is not comfortable. So if you stretch your legs out flat and what you notice is like, that's not great, it was better when my knees were bent, just keep your knees bent, or you could grab a cushion or a blanket or something to put under your knees. But just get yourself comfortable. Try to stay a little bit. So some people like having the hands touching, comforting. Some people like having the hands open by the sides. It's open, receptive. Soften or close your eyes. Just feeling the support of the floor and whatever you're lying on, just be comfortable. I'm going to encourage you to stay in this resting position. This is Shavasana, the resting pose, for 5-10 minutes, or a minimum of 12 breaths, if you want to just count 12 breaths. Get situated. And as you settle, I'll close with a little prayer, a little message. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all be at ease. So please continue to let your body rest. Namaste.